So this isn't me being an apologist for like white people, but I do want to say this. I don't think that I can't. I think it's illogical for us to conclude that every white person, particularly a white woman, likes a black man for fetish reasons. I get so tired of that argument, and the very fact that this is the black male tends to like, in this scenario, if they like a white woman, because not every white woman is made equal, but that if he likes his white woman, he has self hatred. It just I don't like the fact that we have made real concepts of real instances where people actually do this in various nuances in American society and probably in other places too, but definitely in American society, and we blanket it for every person. I really don't like that because who's to say a person and who happens to be white and a person who happens to be black just don't like it? I mean, like they just simply like each other. I mean that would make sense to me. Like two people have a chemistry. Two people enjoy each other's company. Now some people like very few people might say, well, you could do that with a black woman. But the thing is that um, the technical part technically yes, but you could technically do that with uh, a person from Asia, East Asia, a person from South Asia, a person from North Asia, a person from Cambodia, a person from England, a person from Britain, a person from Germany, a person from Laos, a person from because I'm having a hard time remember these, a person from Nigeria, a person from Ethiopia, a person from Brazil, a person from the Dominican Republic, the person from Puerto Rico, a person from Jersey, a person from Washington, a person from Alaska, a person from Antarctica, a person from Toronto, Canada. It just technically doesn't matter who you get with. It what matters is those int- important points, those intriguing points to each other, the chemistry, the genetic difference, and I say genetic difference as a biology standpoint because people for some reason I guess people really like the concept of purity. If you really think about it, this concept of purity and even with like smaller category creatures like dogs, um, you do that, the animal has a lesser ability to have some genetic diversity in themselves, so they have a lot more problems being purebred because the genetic material is just too similar. So this thing of purity, I mean, you could think about the monarchs, in Europe, they used to believe in ethnic purity, and they kept mating with each other, and you got kids with Down syndrome. So it's just like there's limits to this concept of purity that actually makes biological sense. Now, people may date and quote unquote say, "Hey, it's you're dating Europeans or white," but no, that mixture is different enough where you're German and you're Scandinavian and this, that, and the third. You could make and produce enough genetic difference in genetic variability where you're not causing problems in the genetic line, but that it is still genetic diversity. Same thing with a white and black person. Same thing with an Asian person and a Latino or Latina person. Same thing with various forms of different human biology. So this concept of just racial purity is sort of nonsense, especially considering how the world is being more and more globalized. And just the concept that humans are just people, man. Like, is anybody making these arguments about Loving Day, like the love versus the board was it the board of education or something like that? I'm just saying, like let's just be a bit more honest about that. I don't, in my opinion, I'm going to be a little petty, but I think it's just because it's a white man and a black woman, that we don't have the same outrage, and I really do feel like the difference there is just so different that I think it's just that now it seems to be more novel, despite that concept as being older than us. But yeah, we need to stop this idea of just ethnic purity. I mean, even black people in America are a genetic goulash of different peoples. Like the Creoles are genetic of like French and different African and like Central and Western Bantu peoples. You know, the North side, the Midwest. I'm not entirely sure what we're mixed up, but like, um, probably I can't say something similar, but it is like kind of the same stuff due to the Great Migration. So we're just intermingling with ourselves and people, our neighbors. Even folks like the Romani people or the Jewish people who are, they seem to be both, I guess, a traveling nomadic people almost. They went to different places and they just integrated with the locals. And so what do they look like? The locals. So, but their cultural identity kind of remains the same. But those are just two respective groups that have a uniqueness about their identity that allows them to kind of be dang near anybody, depending on where they're at. But at the end of it, let's just stop being super fixated on the concept of purity because it's kind of dumb. If you want to date a black person and you're a black man, then do that. If you want to date a black woman, if you're a black woman, you want to date a black man, so be it. If you're a white man, you did want to date a white woman, so be it. If you're a white woman that want to date a white woman, a white man, so be it. If you want to be a white woman that dates a black man, so be it. If you want to be a white man that dates a Latina, why not? If you want to be an Asian woman and you want to date a white man, go for it. If you want to be if you want to be an Asian man and you want to date a white woman, go nuts, go crazy. But another thing I got. I'm sorry, I have to say this. If you're considering doing that, I need you to be on your best behavior when you birth mixed children and give them a home. Give them, and I'm not saying as a child, like give them a identity to lean on, because this is something I've noticed is that mixed kids, and weirdly enough, America is just really kind of like appearance based. It's like if you look white, you're pretty much white. They don't question what kind of white you are, unless you're some sort of different kind of Asian person. At least that's what I've noticed. Just looking, but yeah, give these mixed kids a chance because they can't. I don't like it when they should not have to sit here and figure out where do I belong, who am I supposed to be with, who am I? They supposed to have both sides say, hey, welcome to the world, little person, and I don't mean it like that, but like welcome to the world, little guy, or little girl, little baby. We're here to support you in this newfound place you got. And it's time to learn two sides of yourself. And it's not a shameful thing. If you half white, you're half white. I don't care if you don't look white, you're half white. If Barack Obama's half white, he got a white mom and stuff like that, he's half white. If you got a black dad, you're black. Let's not listen to these dumb old folk tales about the 1% rule. No. I don't care if people, because if you ask a white person, your average person, I'm going to do some assumptions. But if you ask them, they're going to tell you they're a mixture of a bunch of other stuff. Same thing with some of the parts in Africa. They might be very staunch with their group, but again, like I said, purity is kind of nonsense. But they'll tell you I mix with this and that. So are we really all that different? If we stop having the stupid lens of just you look like this thing, so you are that thing. No. So give these kids a chance. Give these mixed folks a chance, man. Because, and we need to stop this insecurity about. To me, in my opinion, from based off what I've seen, we need to stop this insecurity about light, bright people. Super light black people. We really need to stop doing it. I get it. History, people passing for white, people having benefits, but they didn't choose to be that way. Especially if they live in the hood, they definitely didn't choose to be that way. So people getting jealous and people, I don't know. I'm sorry. I don't know the reality, but I'm just saying, like, I just sometimes see how rough they have it, and that they just have to sit here and compensate for being different, and you shouldn't have to do that. Being black in America is already hard because people just don't want to deal with your differences. They don't want to try to understand your differences when it's really not that hard. So I just want to say that this purity thing is just bogus. It's very nonsensical when you really critically think about it. And if you see your average racist and you see like Sure, they didn't like the fact that they dated a person outside the race, but when they get those grandchildren and those grandchildren don't give two craps about what their grandparents look like, it shatters that reality immediately, because it's like this kid has pure curiosity and affection for this person with trained beliefs, to train negative beliefs to hate a certain group of people based off whatever preconception or limited experience that they have. It shatters it completely, because this kid doesn't care about what your skin color is. What they care about is if you're a good giant in their eyes, because they grabbing at you. They just trying to figure out, hey, who are you? What are you? What are you? What's your place here? And all you can do is melt, because you're like, this is a baby. This is a precious human being. So that's all I got. Challenge this concept of purity. If it's really that big of a deal, just make sure you have some enough genetic variability. But know that people are people, and if it, I don't know. There's so much I can say, but just try to do more effort, man. This is America. We, it's just, we're gonna have some genetic variability just by proxy of us being a country full of immigrants. So I just encourage us all to do better, and I do mean all of us, both black and white, and in between, and every other place, and like you know what I mean. I hope you know what I mean. Let just just get the context of what I mean. So that's what that's it.